Hey guys, so today's video is something a little bit different. I've been saying a lot of these baby names that I love but won't be using videos all over YouTube lately, and I'm really enjoying watching them, so I thought why not make one myself. I'm going to do boys first and then girls, so if there's a certain one that you might prefer you can just kind of skip ahead. And I have quite a few down here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 10 on each side that I really love, but for various reasons I won't be using them, whether they kind of like clash with my own name or Eric doesn't like them, or I don't know really. And just quick disclaimer, like it's not that I really don't like any of these names. I absolutely love them, which is why they're on names that I love. And please don't be offended or anything. It's just purely like personal preference, I suppose. Like everyone has names that they enjoy and things like that. So yeah, don't be offended. The first boy name that I absolutely love but won't be using is Elijah. The reason I won't be using it is because there was a little boy that I used to look after in work with the same name, and it's just a bit weird if I pick a name that, I don't know, like I kind of already know that someone's got, even if it's not someone like relevant to me, you know, like it's not like a friend or a family member. I also feel like it sounds extremely posh. Eric's last name is Wansel, so Elijah Wansel just sounds really, it sounds really pompous, very pretentious. I don't know, I wouldn't want my child to go off to school called Elijah Wansel and get mocked. The second boy's name that I really love is Frankie. I absolutely love this name, but it just doesn't go with Eric's name, Frankie Wansel. I don't know, it sounds like some kind of like it sounds like some kind of rough Londoner who maybe owns a pub. Frankie Wansel, I don't know. There's just something not right about that name together. The third name I absolutely love is Noah, and the reason I won't be using this name is because there is an awful lot of Noahs in the world now. I think it's quite a popular name. It never used to be. Back when I first started to love it, when I was like a teenager, because I used to watch The Notebook, it wasn't as popular. It's kind of grown. So yeah, I won't be using the name Noah, but I do love it. The fourth name I absolutely love but won't be using is Caleb, and we won't be using that because Eric hates it. He thinks it's too American. I don't know why, because I really enjoy it. I don't know that many Calebs. Actually, I don't think I know of a single Caleb. I don't think I've ever heard it in person other than on TV, in Pretty Little Liars. But yeah, I love that name, but sadly we won't be using it. The next name I absolutely love is Alfie, but I won't be using it because, one, it's extremely popular now. Two, I was going to call my dog Charlie Alfie, and I feel like calling my baby after what I was going to call my dog is a bit weird. I don't really want to give my baby a dog's name. Does that make sense? So yeah, I won't be using the name Alfie. The next name that I really love is Alex. It's quite like a gender neutral name, but I would use it for a boy, and the reason I won't use it is because I knew quite a few Alexes in school and they were arseholes. So although the name is really lovely, I don't want my child to remind me of those arseholes back in school. The next name that I absolutely love but won't be using is Oscar, and the reason I won't be using that is because there was a child that I used to look after called Oscar. Brilliant child, absolutely lovely, and I think if I just used the name Oscar it would just remind me of this child all the time, and I don't really want my child to kind of be named after someone I already knew, like I said before. Also, Oscar Wansel kind of just sounds really silly. I feel like that doesn't go well together at all. Oscar Wansel, that doesn't go well. The next name that I absolutely love but won't be using is Teddy. I love the name Teddy because my granddad, who brought me up, who passed away when I was younger, was called Edward, and he always got called Ted by everyone, and I just thought Teddy would be such a brilliant name, kind of in his memory, but also it's different. It's not like naming them exactly like my granddad, but I think Teddy is one of those names. I think this might just be my opinion, but I can't imagine an adult when they're older being called Teddy, so maybe it would end up getting changed to Ted. And Eric has said that he loves this name, but I don't know, there's just something about it that I feel really unsure about, so I think I probably won't be using it. The next name I absolutely love but won't be using is Toby, and I used to have a dog called Toby, which I don't have anymore. He was a staffy, and I'm not going to name my child after a dog. I really wish I didn't use that name for the dog now, because I would genuinely use this for my baby, but I can't because I've already used it for a dog and I don't want to name my baby after a dog. How many times can you use the word dog in a baby name video? Only I, a crazy dog lady, would just continuously talk about dogs in a baby name video. The last boy's name that I absolutely love is Reuben. I think it's really cute. I think it's a great adult name, but Eric said he doesn't like it, so we definitely won't be using that. I'm gonna go on to girls' names now. This is my favourite bit. I would love to have a little girl. I don't even know why I'm doing this video. I'm not even having a baby for a while. The first girl's name I love is Rosie, and the reason I love this name is because my granddad's mum was called Rosie, and I just feel like it's quite a nice little ode to my family. But I won't be using it because one of my dogs is called Daisy, and then having a little girl called Rosie, like my dog's Daisy, girl's Rosie, I think that's a bit weird. So I won't be using like a flower name for my child. The next name that I absolutely love is Xanthi. I think this is an absolutely beautiful name, but sadly Eric doesn't like it. I'm not sure why, I'll have to ask him. I just remember him saying that he hates it. I also think that Xanthi Wansel, like X and W, it sounds a bit too exotic, I suppose, for my personal preference. I don't know, there's just something about Xanthi Wansel that just kind of doesn't go. The next name that I absolutely love is Cleo, but I can't use it because the only thing I think of when I hear the name Cleo is a cat for some reason. I don't know why, I feel like that's going to be a cat's name, so I won't be using it for my baby. Maybe if I get a cat that's a girl, I'll call the cat Cleo. I don't know, I don't know, is that a cat's name? I don't know, there's just something about the name Cleo that just reminds me of a cat, so I just can't call my baby Cleo. The next name that I absolutely love is Amelia, but I won't be using it because someone in my family is called Amelia, so I'm not going to call my child the same name. I just think that's a little bit weird. As much as I adore the name and I would use it if I could, but I can't. Next name I absolutely love is Heidi. I used to know a little girl called Heidi and they were a handful to say the least, so I just can't imagine calling my child Heidi anymore. I just imagine them being quite naughty, I suppose. I just can't bring myself to call them Heidi. The next name that I absolutely love, and I'm so angry about this one because it's a gorgeous name, and it's Naomi, and I just can't get round to liking a person called Naomi anymore. Sorry if you are called Naomi, you'll understand why. My ex-boyfriend cheated on me with someone called Naomi, and it's so annoying because it's one of my favourite names ever, and then she just had to be a total bitch and just ruin the name for me, and now I just can't enjoy the name Naomi anymore. The next name that I absolutely love is Isabel. I would definitely call them like Izzy or something. I think it's so cute, but Eric really doesn't like the name Isabel. He thinks it's like an old woman's name. I don't think it is. I think it's really sweet and cute. I don't know. It's a shame I can't use Isabel. I feel like Isabel Wansel has quite a nice ring to it as well. The next name I absolutely love is April. I just can't. My birthday's in April, so I don't know. I feel like it's a bit weird to call my child April, and then my birthday's in April, and April's quite an important month to me. I don't know, is that weird? Would that be weird? The next name that I absolutely love is Olivia. I think it's such a cute name. It's just so popular now. I love when it's shortened down to Livy, and too many people have that name. I can't use that name because it's just all over the place. Everyone has a child called Olivia, and I absolutely love that name. Maybe in the future, if it becomes less popular, I would use it, but I don't know. As a Rebecca, there was about 4 other Rebeccas in my class or something like that, and it was just annoying to have a name, for me personally, that everyone else has. I don't know, I think that's just my personal preference. And the last girl's name that I absolutely love but won't be using is Zoey. Eric says he actually quite likes this name, which is a change because normally he hates names. But I don't know, there's just something about the name Zoey that I'm not sure of, as beautiful as it is. I feel like Zoey Wansel just doesn't go because it's a Z and a W. I don't know. I'm very indecisive about this name. Me and Eric already have a couple of names that we've already kind of picked out, even though I'm not pregnant and we don't plan on having a child for a while. Does anyone else do that? Does anyone else decide what they're going to call their baby like years and years and years in the future? Is that weird? I feel like that might be a bit weird. But yeah, I've been really enjoying these videos, so I just thought I would make one as well. And yeah, If any of these names are your names, please don't be offended if you think that I have some kind of dislike towards it, because I really love these names. That's the point in this video. They're baby names that I love but won't be using, and I suppose names are always down to personal preference anyway. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more weekly videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!